So today it was Dewsbury Parkrun in West Yorkshire, and this is the third parkrun I've done in Yorkshire. I've done Harrogate and Fountains Abbey, and I quite like this parkrun. It's all tarmac. It's not too hilly. There is one hill you go up a few times. It's like a 4-lap, but one small and 3 larger ones. I'll put that map up now on the top left-hand side. So you do like one smaller lap, well, 2 really, and then you do 2 larger laps with that little bit at the bottom. And you do finish uphill on this one. So that bit there where you start like in the middle, but you go up and that's where you finish. And it is a bit of a, it's one to give your calves to work out on your sprint finish anyway. And as usual, thanks to all the marshals and the volunteers. Coming up here on the left, that's a war memorial. And I think on the second lap, I give it a good look. But it actually has all the names of all people killed in the First and Second World War. And there's a hell of a lot of names on there. And this takes place on Crow's Nest Park, which is about a 10-minute walk from Dewsbury train station. There's a cafe there as well in the park, but there's one on a train station as well. And Dewsbury doesn't have a Wetherspoons. The nearest one is in Batley, which is 1.5 miles away, but I had a train to catch, so I didn't stick around for the cafe on this one. So I'm not even sure if it was open. It wasn't when I got there, but most of them open at 9 o'clock, and then you go and have your coffee or your little cake after park. And this camera's a bit too high here as well. I'm sure I adjust it later on, but you can't even see the floor. I think I need to sort that out. Well, yeah, you can see when I'm looking down here, because I think I'm looking at what that looks like, an old like a train station canopy there. I'm not sure what it is. But this was my first D park run for my Alphabet Challenge. I did turn up at Delamere Forest a couple of weeks ago and it was cancelled. Oh, I'm not happy with this footage. It's better like that. Well, I hope it improves. But I can assure you that it's all along the tarmac paths. There's no grass or muddiness or anything like that on this course. Just going to speed it up a bit. Because it's several laps, you only really need, if you're looking to do the course, you only really need to look at one of the larger laps. And then you can see where you're going to be running at. Wow, it's not improving. You just got a bloody view of the sky and trees. It does get better. There's that war memorial. I'm going to cut a little bit of video out here as well. So this is the uphill bit. You finish here, you go. So you finish by going on the left up there. But this is the bit you go right, and this is like the second loop. So some famous people from Dewsbury. It says here the Brownlee brothers were from Dewsbury. I thought it was from Bradford. But former Speaker of the House of Commons, Betty Boothroyd, was from Dewsbury. Also, Baroness Saida Varsi is a Dewsbury local. I think she was MP for Dewsbury before she became Baroness. Also, the most notorious person from Dewsbury is Karen Matthews. But I very much doubt she was here today. Andrew Morton, the royal biographer, was also from Dewsbury. And also the playwright, Tim Fountain. And one of the ringleaders of the July the 7th bombings was from Dewsbury. I'm not even going to bother saying his name. But it did find itself getting a bit of a bad reputation around that time. But when I walked around the town centre, I stopped off for a coffee, and it did look like quite a decent town centre. It's not like run down as you see people who do all these YouTube videos walking around town centres, and it seems to be a lot of solicitors' offices, but the Georgian architecture, some of the buildings were really good, and some great views of the Pennines in the distance. So I didn't stick around for long, but and the parkrun, I quite like this parkrun. It is a decent parkrun. It's relatively flat as well. It's not PB territory, especially that uphill finish. Which is that where we're going again? Yeah. Oh, this footage is terrible. The camera's too high up. I have it strapped to my head if you've not watched any of the videos before. But there's a little bit around the lake here, which is quite nice. But yeah, just there's no way of me checking it though. But it could have been worse. I did fell foot parkrun with the camera facing the wrong way round. It was only when someone pointed it out to me. But that was another one, a 4-lap course. So we actually got all the course. Managed to take it out and turn it round. And when I did one parkrun once where I realised I didn't have the SD card. I did it for this channel. I didn't have no SD card in there in the camera, so I just filmed it with my phone, held my phone while doing parkrun. I think that was Fountains Abbey actually. See, the footage is improving slightly, but I'm gonna have to work on this because next week I'm at Severn Bridge, which is a big one. It's a huge parkrun, big regularly one of the top 10s in the country. But it'll get me my first flag, actually. It's one of only 2 park runs which cross a country's border. There's one, I can't remember which one it is. It's in Poland, but you cross over into the Czech Republic. Don't think you need your passport, but Czech Republic don't actually have any park runs. But the Severn Bridge, it starts in Wales, Monmouthshire, I think it is, and you cross. You don't actually go all the way over the bridge, but you do cross into English territory, and you go back. So that'll give me my second flag. Well, first non-English one. And then just a couple of weeks later, I'll be in Belfast. So there's quite a few opportunities there for me to not complete my alphabet, but tick off a few more letters. And I don't want to be ending my alphabet on a Z. I've got Holland booked, or not booked yet, but I've got it planned for around about May. But I just want to finish on something simple like E. I've not done an E park run yet. So, I mean, there's not much else I can say really about this park run, but I do recommend it. It's a really good one. And I found Dewsbury quite reasonably pleasant for a Saturday morning. So I think I'm coming up to the finish line here. And as you can see here, my last kilometre was actually my fastest. And there are some nice downhill sections for you to pick up your speed. After you do the lake here, is a nice downhill section for you to pick up some speed. Even down here is relatively flattish, downhilly a little bit. But you turn this corner here and you've got a nice long... well, you can't even see it because the footage is so terrible. But you kind of down a slight hill, so you can pick up some speed. And it's nice and straight as well. Well, you can see it a little bit better here. Yeah, and here's where you go back uphill. I think this is the finish now. So this is you can see people sprinting on. Is it the finish? Oh, yeah, so the hill carries on and then you go up here and you finish to the left. Yeah, and that's it. Let's finish up here. And that's all I've got to say about this one. So I'll see you at Severn Bridge next week.